GB partition. 2 GB means 2 GB, that's it. We are unable to increase the 2 GB to 4 GB, 4 GB to 6 GB like that. It's a fix. If you try to increase the standard partition, what will happen in the sense you are going to lose the file system. If you're losing file system means you are going to lose the data. వస్తున్నారా? Okay. So got it guys. You are losing file system means you are going to lose the data. So that's why in real time environment people they are going to use LVMs. For example, different departments will have they require different storage space. Yes, no. So usually today we provided 1 GB space. Maybe tomorrow we require 2 GB space. So at the time if you need to increase the 1 GB to 2 GB with the help of standard partition, it's not possible. Okay? It's not possible. Got it guys? So clear? So it's not possible. So that's why we are going to use the LVMs, logical volume management, right? If we are trying to increase, it will. So we are going to lose the data. So that's why we are going to use LVMs. So simple. What is the use of LVM means? We are going to LVM stands for logical volume management. Got it, guys? Logical volume management. Got it? So now we are going to discuss about LVM. So simple. One small scenario we are going to discuss. For example, assume thus we are trying to starting one organization. So we need storage. So we have an organization called XYZ. So in that XYZ organization, so we have 10 to 20 people. Okay, those people are developers. Those people are developers. So for 10 people, 1 TB hard disk is more than enough. That's it, now guys. 1 TB hard disk is more than enough to store the data. So 1 TB HDD is more than enough. So that's why we are going to purchase the 1 TB hard disk, and then we are going to provide this 1 TB storage space for our developer. So developer, they are going to develop the application and they are going to store into this 1 TB, right? So after few months, maybe after few months, we got a one more project. We got a one more project. Got it, guys? So for example, we got a one more project, and then we need to increase the manpower, and as well as always we need to increase the storage also. Got it, guys? For example, I got a new project. For that, according to that project requirement, we require again 20 more people. 20 plus 20, how much? Total 40. So 40 people will have, so they need to store the data. Now at present 1 TB hard disk, it's not enough. 1 TB hard disk, it's not enough, right? So then what we need to do? We need to increase the storage space. We need to increase the storage space minimum 1 TB to 2 TB, right? Yes, no. So if you need to increase the 1 TB to 2 TB, then always we need to get the approval from the concern team, right? And then 1 TB compared to 1 TB, 2 TB hard disk is a bit expensive. That's it now, guys. So compared to 1 TB, 2 TB hard disk is a bit expensive. And then if you need to replace that hard disk with 2 TB, old hard disk with new hard disk, always we are going to get the downtime. That's it now. Maintenance time we are going to get, right? So we need to get the approval for maintenance, and then we need to replace with 2 TB, right? And what about old hard disk 1 TB? We need to keep this hard disk into OLX. That's it now. We are unable to increase the 1 TB hard disk to the 2 TB. I have purchased 1 TB hard disk first. Can we increase this 1 TB hard disk to 2 TB? It's not possible. So that's why what we need to do, we need to purchase the new hard disk. So 2 TB new hard disk we need to purchase. And then good evening Maheshwar, right? So we need to purchase the 2 TB hard disk from market, and then we need to update 1 TB to 2 TB. Then unnecessary we are wasting 1 TB hard disk, right? Old hard disk. So we need to keep this hard disk into OLX. There is no use. Again, 2 TB, it's a little bit expensive. We need to purchase the 2 TB hard disk, means it's a bit expensive. I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no. So that's why what we need to do. So usually while you are trying to deploying the organization infrastructure, at the time we are going to deploy LVMs, logical volume management. So instead of purchasing one more TB hard, two more 2 TB hard disk, we are going to purchase one more TB. Got it, guys? So usually what we need to do, if you need to increase the 1 TB to 2 TB, always we need to purchase the 2 TB hard disk, right? So unnecessary we need to waste old hard disk, right? So that's why what we are doing, we are going to use LVM concept. So no need to purchase 2 TB hard disk. Just try to purchase one more TB. So 1 plus 1, how much? Two hard disks we have now. So this is 1 TB old hard disk now. This is new hard disk, right? So what we are going to do in the sense, we are going to convert those both the hard disks into physical volumes. Those physical volumes we are going to attach into volume group. Got it, guys? Those physical volumes we are going to attach into where? Into volume group. Got it, guys? So let's see here. Now we are trying to attaching those both the physical volume into this volume group. I hope you got it, guys. Clear? So now we are attaching those both the volumes into this volume group. So we are going to create one volume group. So this is called VG. This is called VG. We are going to create one volume group VG. So VG size how much now? 2 TB. That's it now, guys. So volume group size now 2 TB. Volume group size now 2 TB. So now with the help of this volume group, VG means volume group. With the help of this volume group, what we are going to do? We are going to create LVM, logical volume management. So if you want, you can create entire 2 TB as a one LVM, or otherwise if you want, you can create the different LVMs also. Got it, guys? So if you want, you can create the multiple LVMs. If you want, you can create the multiple LVMs. Otherwise, if you want, you can create total 2 TB one logical volume. Maximum possibility we can create 2 TB. So what is the use of this logical volume? For example, I have created before 500 GB logical volume. So now according to my requirement, I need to increase this 500 GB to 1 TB. We can increase without losing data. So again, if you need to increase 1.5 TB, 1.5 TB. Got it, guys? So like this you can increase, and as well as if you want you can reduce. So from 1.5 TB to, again I am trying to reducing 500 GB. Okay, I hope you got it, guys. So like this we can increase according to our requirement and we can reduce according to our requirement. Got it, guys? I hope you're clear. Yes, no, right? So now we are going to create the LVMs, because at present we doesn't have the multiple hard disk into our virtual machine, right? So first of all try to understand how to create the logical volumes, right? 1 minute, guys, give me one. Try to understand our hard disk infrastructure, means our architecture, hard disk architecture. while we are installing the operating system at the time, we used LVM, right? We used LVM. So if you're using LVM, then what will happen? Let's see now. So let's see guys here. Assume this is our hard disk. This is our hard disk, 40 GB hard disk, right? So while we are trying to creating virtual machine at the time, we provided 40 GB storage space for that virtual machine. Yes, no? Clear guys? Got it? Okay. So now assume this is 40 GB hard disk, and then while we are installing the operating system at the time, we did few partitions, right? So we used LVM mount point, right? Did you remember? There will have standard LVM, BTRFS, LVM thin provisioning, four types will have. So at the time we used only LVM. So now you are going to understand exactly why we used LVM at the time. Okay. So now this is DEV SDA1 400 MB. This partition it belongs to boot. It belongs to boot. Got it, guys? Slash BOOT. So clear. So this partition it belongs to boot slash BOOT. How much? I have given 400 MB for that boot partition. Got it, guys? Clear? So this is boot partition. Clear? Right. So remaining one more partition we did. Actually, automatically it will happen. Automatically it will create while you are using LVM at the time. Okay. So now let's see guys here. One more partition it will create automatically. That is SDA2. SDA2 is another partition. SDA2 is another partition. Right? Got it, guys? Right. So now this is second partition SDA2. SDA2 and automatically it will create 30 GB guys. 30 GB partition. So if you're using LVM, automatically it will create one volume group that is called RHEL. RHEL is a volume group. RHEL volume group, it will attach to whom? It will attach to those three LVMs. With the help of this RHEL volume group, right? So let's see guys here. So this is RHEL VG volume group. So how we discuss here, like the same way, two different hard disks. So okay, so those both the hard disk it's connecting with one VG called VG. Like the same way, this is one partition SDA2. This SDA2 is a physical volume PV, and this SDA2 it will attach to whom? RHEL volume group VG. VG name by default RHEL. RHEL VG size is 30 GB. 30 GB. With the help of this 30 GB RHEL volume group, with the help of this 30 GB RHEL volume group, right? So we did three different partitions. One is forward slash root. Forward slash root is a LVM, logical volume management. And size, how much we provided? How much size? 12 GB, I think, right? So 12 GB, right? And then we did one more partition, that is swap 10 GB, right? And then we did one more, that is home. So home, I think approximately 8 GB I have given. Slash home. Got it, guys? Slash home is a partition approximately. So we provided 8 GB. So how we did those three partitions? With the help of this volume group. With the help of this volume group. So this is root volume and this is swap volume, right? And this is home. Got it, guys? So swap 10 GB and home 8 GB. So swap 10 GB, right? And then home 8 GB. So got it, guys? So total how much? 30 GB. Home 8 GB. Got it, guys? So total 30 GB volume group. So we got. So by default, if you're using LVM, automatically two partitions it will create. One partition for boot, 400 MB. Another partition SDA2. It's a 1 PV physical volume. It's attaching to RHL volume group. Automatically it will create. With the help of this RHL volume group, what we did? So we did 12 GB root volume, 10 GB swap volume, and then slash home 8 GB. Got it, guys? So this is our architecture in our laptop. So let's see here. I'll show you. I didn't take a snapshot for this one. So मेरे मिशन में था snapshot. So thank you. Who's that guy? Vishaka, right? So let's see, guys. Yeah. Now we are try to creating logical volume. How to create, I will tell you. First, I'll explain with the help of the diagram, and then we are going to do the practical session. So let's see, guys. Yeah, we have a command called lsblk. lsblk. Right, guys? We'll do one thing. So let's see, guys. Here, lsblk is a command. See, if you execute this command lsblk, so SDA is our hard disk, right? 40 GB. Okay, so 40 GB size. Okay, and this is disk, our hard disk, right? What is MAJ, MIN? The major number, minor number. Hard disk major number is 8, minor number is 0. That's it. Okay, so SDA1 is a partition. SDA1, how much? 400 MB slash boot. SDA2 total 30 GB, right? And automatically RHL volume group it got created. So this is how much? RHL, approximately 12 GB. So mount point forward slash and swap with RHL 10 GB swap home 8 GB approximately 7.8 GB like that it is showing, right? So slash home and SDA 3 yesterday I think we created day before yesterday we didn't delete. Okay, so SDA 3 we'll have and SDA SR0. SR0 is our hard disk, means our DVD. DVD means image file. Got it, guys? SR0 is our image file. This is our image file. So I hope you got it right. So I'll do one thing. I'll delete everything, all the partitions. Okay. Now I'll take a snapshot. So I hope you got it, guys. How we need to check the partition table, right? So clear? Got it, guys. So lsblk is a command. Now SDA3 doesn't have say. Clear? Okay. So now we are going to discuss how we need to create the LVMs. How we need to create the LVMs. So let's see, guys, here. Now instead of using another hard disk, what I'm doing in the sense, I have 10 GB free space, right? I'm going to utilize the 10 GB free space to create the LVMs. Got it, guys? So clear? So the SDA3 partition we need to create, and I'm trying to creating SDA3 2 GB, right? And then remaining 8 GB we are converting into extended. So SDA4 we are trying to converting into 8 GB. This is extended partition. And how many primaries we have? 3 primaries. So this is one primary. So this is one primary and this is one primary. So 3 primaries, one extended. So now with the help of this extended, what we are doing, we are trying to creating one logical drive. So we are trying to creating one logical drive. So for example, SDA5 is a logical drive with 4 GB. I am trying to creating L means logical drive. So I hope you got it, guys. So no need to bother about another hard disk. I am considering each partition as a one hard disk. Okay. But you people who's doing AWS DevOps, do one thing. Launch one EC2 instance. Okay. Launch one EC2 instance, right? While you are trying to launching the Linux instance, okay, while you are trying to launching the Linux instance, attach two different EBS volumes, 10 GB or 5 GB EBS volumes. You can attach two different EBS volumes. Then use each volume as a one hard disk. So two different hard disks. Now we are going to discuss how we need to perform the LVM. So I doesn't have any option here, so I can attach one more volume also. It's not a big deal. But why time waste? Again, we need to reboot the machine, so it will take time. So that's why what I'm doing, I have 10 GB space, right? So in the 10 GB, what I did two different partitions. One partition is 2 GB, another partition is 4 GB. Now I am using this partition as a one hard disk, like your EBS volume. I hope you got it, guys. You know how to verify the EBS volumes, everything, right? BLKID command, huh? LSBLK command you can use, or otherwise if you want you can use fdisk-l parted-l. Yesterday we discussed, it is going to provide the volumes list, right? Okay, so now what we are doing, in a sense, we are trying to creating LVM. So let's see, guys, here. Now we are converting this volume into PV. PV means physical volume. PV means physical volume. This partition we are converting into physical volume. So this is standard partition, right? So the standard partition we are converting into physical volume. I hope you got it, guys. The standard partition we are converting into physical volume, right? So physical volume size how much now? 2 GB, right? The standard partition size is 2 GB means always physical volume size also 2 GB. Got it, guys? And with the help of this physical volume, with the help of this physical volume, we are trying to creating one volume group. We are try to creating one volume group. This is one volume group. So with this volume group, how we are going to create? With the help of the PV. First, we need to convert the standard partition, raw partition, guys. No need to format, raw partition only. We are converting raw partition into physical volume. With the help of this physical volume, we are going to create one VG. Now VG size how much? 2 GB. So 2 GB. So I hope you clear, guys. So VG size is a 2 GB now. So we are going to create the volume group with the help of this PV. With the help of this PV. Clear, guys? This is volume group. This volume group we did with the help of this PV, physical volume. Right? How we did this physical volume? With the help of the standard partition. SDA3 is a standard partition. Convert your EVS volume into PV. Then with the help of EVS volume, create one VG volume group. So clear? With the help of this VG, we are going to create the LVMs. We are going to create the LVMs, Logical Volume Management, LVM. So according to your requirement, you can create the LVM. For example, I'm trying to providing 400 MB LVM. Clear, guys? So I'm trying to creating 400 MB LVM. So with the help of this LVMs, we are going to store the data. So clear? I hope you got it. How we need to create this LVM? Using VG. Simple, guys. First create one partition. You peoples are cloud engineers, right? Attach two different EBS volumes. Okay, what I'm trying to teaching, everything you can perform with those both the EBS volumes. So I did two different partitions here. One is SDA3, another one is SDA5. Anyway, we are unable to store the data into SDA4 because it's an extended partition, right? So SDA3 we need to convert into PV. With the help of PV we need to create VG. With the help of VG we are going to create LVM. So now you can increase 400 MB to 600 MB and you can reduce 600 MB to 400 MB according to your requirement. So what is the use of LVM? We can increase the storage space, we can reduce the storage space without losing file system. Without losing file system means without losing data. Got it? I hope you're clear, guys. Yes, no? Right. So can we do the practical session? With the help of this diagram, we are going to perform few practical session. Then you need to give the answer. How to create the partitions? Yes, guys. How to create the partitions? Hmm? How to create the partitions, guys? fdes/dev sda. Then hit enter. New. P to print the partition table. We have two partition SDA1 and SDA2. Then we are trying to creating new partition and N means new partition. P means primary, E means extended, right? So I'm trying to creating SDA3 primary partition, right? Third partition, first sector don't give anything, last sector we need to define 2 GB. So now 2 GB partition it got created successfully, right? So P to print the partition table. How many partitions we have as of now? 3 partition, SDA1, SDA2, SDA3. SDA3 just now we did. What type of partition it is? Linux. What type of partition we need? Linux LVM partition we need. Right? So we need to convert the type. How to convert the type? How to change the type, guys? Which option we need to use to change the type? Which option? Which option? T option. T to change the type like that we discussed on Saturday. Sorry, Saturday. What is that? Day before yesterday. Right? I'm thinking today Monday. So कल holiday आया ना इसीलिए. So small t is option, right? To change the type. While we are discussing about swap partition, at the time we change the type Linux to Linux swap Solaris, right? How we change the type with the help of t option only, right? So t, then third partition, right? Capital L, you are going to get the list of your x values. What is LVM partition code? 8E. Then hit enter. See, Linux to Linux LVM. I hope you got it, guys. Linux to Linux LVM. So P to print the partition table. See, it became Linux LVM.